The next states to get a taste of Ian, South Carolina and Georgia. Officials in both places sounding the alarm on potentially deadly storm surge and extremely heavy rain. Georgia Governor Kemp has declared a state of emergency. Is the Peach State ready for this? With me now, Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter. Congressman, good to see you. That is the million-dollar question. It is so difficult to prepare for these storms. I think Florida did the best job that it could. Governor Kemp declaring a state of emergency. Is Georgia ready?
Well, listen, this is not our first rodeo. We've been through this before. And yeah, people know what to do. We have to take it seriously. It looks as if Charleston and South Carolina is going to take the brunt of this. But still, we're going to be impacted in Georgia and coastal Georgia. We've already been impacted with some flooding down in Camden County at the Florida state line. And we're probably going to experience heavy rains and storm surge, and that is of concern because it is a low-lying area, and we do have high shifts in our tides. So yeah, you can expect anywhere from a 4 to 7 foot shift when you have high tide to low tide. And when you add to that, then, of course, it makes it even worse. But I applaud Governor Kemp. He's shown great leadership in going ahead and declaring a state of emergency. And people are preparing. We know that what we have to do, checking on family, checking on friends, checking on our pets, making sure we have Go kits with water and food and flashlights and all of those things.
Congressman, you're on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, so I just want to ask you about the situation with respect to energy, right? Obviously, supplies are going to be needed in Florida. This is the kind of thing that we keep the SPR for, emergencies within the country that are as a result of a natural disaster. If the situation worsens in Georgia, in the Carolinas, and all of a sudden we find ourselves needing more supplies than anticipated when the administration and the president has allocated those supplies essentially to just bring the price of gas down as a result of high inflation. Your thoughts on where we stand as a country going into this?
Well, that's a great point. And that's what the reserves are for emergency situations, not to bring down the price of gas so that you can bring down inflation, which is what the Biden administration has used it for. Now we find ourselves in a situation where perhaps we are going to need it. And you know, another thing, I just had a roundtable with emergency personnel a couple of weeks ago, and there are a lot of things to consider here. You know, when people from Florida evacuate, they come through South Georgia. The more electric vehicles we get, the more charging stations we're going to need. We don't have a lot of charging stations in rural Georgia. So these are the kind of things that this administration is not thinking about, and that is going to put us in an awkward situation and really going to jeopardize people and their safety.
Yeah, they really want to just kind of flip a switch with respect to electric vehicles. We know that people had trouble using their electric vehicles to evacuate. They didn't have enough power. When the batteries get wet, they have problems as well. We're just not there yet with the technology to do what President Biden wants to do tomorrow.
And that's what's happened. You know, I've had the opportunity to travel to Europe and see their experience. And what they've done over there is that their policies have gotten ahead of their technology. And that's what we need to guard against here. We don't need to let our policies get ahead of our technology. But if that does happen, then we're going to see the same kind of ill effects that Europe's going to experience and have been experiencing. And this winter in Europe is really going to be a tough situation.
Congressman, in Georgia right now, with respect to food, water, shelter, all the kinds of supplies that folks will need as the storm approaches, do you feel that, you know, the state is in good shape?
I do. We've been in touch with GEMA, with the Georgia Emergency Management Agency, as well as FEMA. We've got any information. Anyone who needs help can call our office, go to our website, buddycarter.house.gov, and get information there. And we certainly feel like we're as prepared as we can be.
Congressman Carter, good to see you tonight. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.